Stranger old friend, why you seem bent on parish duty, breaking the highway stones, and 'tis a task somewhat too hard methinks for age like yours, old man. Why yes, for one with such a weight of years upon his back. I've lived here, man and boy, in this same parish, near the age of man, for I am hard upon 70. I can remember 60 years ago the beautifying of this mansion here when my late lady's father, the old squire, came to the estate. Stranger, why then you have outlasted all his improvements, for you see they're making great alterations here, old man, aye, great indeed, and if my poor old lady could rise up, God rest her soul, 'twould grieve her to behold the wicked work is here. Stranger, they've set about it in right good earnest. All the front is gone, here's to be turf they tell me, and a road round to the door. There were some yew trees too stood in the court, old man, aye master. Fine old trees my grandfather could just remember back when they were planted there. It was my task to keep them trimmed, and 'twas a pleasure to me all straight and smooth, and like a great green wall. My poor old lady many a time would come and tell me where to shear, for she had played in childhood under them, and 'twas her pride to keep them in their beauty. Plague, I say, on their newfangled whimsies. We shall have here modern shrubbery here stuck full of firs and your pert poplar trees. I could as soon have ploughed my father's grave as cut them down. Stranger, but 'twill be lighter and more cheerful now, a fine smooth turf, and with a gravel road round for the carriage. Now it suits my taste. I like a shrubbery too, it looks so fresh, and then there's some variety about it. In spring the lilac and the Gueldre rose, and the laburnum with its golden flowers waving in the wind. And when the autumn comes, the bright red berries of the mountain ash, with furs enough in winter to look green, and show that something lives. Sure, this is better than a great hedge of yew that makes it look all the year round like winter, and forever dropping its poisonous leaves from the underboughs so dry and bare, old man. Ah, so the new squire thinks, and pretty work he makes of it. What 'tis to have a stranger come to an old house. Stranger, it seems you know him not, old man. No sir, not I. They tell me he's expected daily now, but in my lady's time he never came but once, for they were very distant kin. If he had played about here when a child in that forecourt, and eat the yew berries, and sat in the porch threading the jessamine flowers, that fell so thick, he had not had the heart to mar all thus. Stranger, come, all are not wrong. Those old dark windows, old man, they're demolished too, as if he could not see through casement glass the very red breasts that so regular came to my lady for her morning crumbs, won't know the window now. Stranger, nay, they were high, and then so darkened up with jessamine, harbouring the vermin. That was a fine tree, however. Did it not grow in and line the porch, old man? All over it. It did one good to pass within 10 yards when 'twas in blossom. There was a sweet briar too that grew beside. My lady loved at evening to sit there and knit, and her old dog lay at her feet and slept in the sun. 'Twas an old favourite dog. She did not love him less that he was old and feeble, and he always had a place by the fireside, and when he died at last she made me dig a grave in the garden for him. She was good to all. A woeful day 'twas for the poor, and to her grave she went. Stranger, they lost a friend then, old man. You're a stranger here, or would not ask that question. Were they sick, she had rare cordial waters, and for herbs she could have taught the doctors. Then at winter, when weekly she distributed the bread in the poor old porch, to see her and to hear the blessings on her, and I warrant them they were a blessing to her when her wealth had been no comfort else. At Christmas, sir, it would have warmed your heart if you had seen her Christmas kitchen. How the blazing fire made her fine pewter shine, and holy boughs so cheerful red. And as for Miss Selto, the finest bough that grew in the country round was Mark D for Madam. Then her old ale went so bountiful about. A Christmas cask, and 'twas a noble one. God help me, sir, but I shall never see such days again. Stranger things may be better yet than you suppose, and you should hope the best, old man. It don't look well, these alterations, sir. I'm an old man and love the good old fashions. We don't find old bounty in new houses. They've destroyed all that my lady loved. Her favourite walk grubbed up, and they do say that the great row of elms behind the house, that meet atop, they must fall to. Well, I did not think to live to see all this, and 'tis perhaps a comfort I shan't live to see it long, stranger, but sure all changes are not needs for the worse, my friend old man, mayhap they may, and sir, for all that he like what I've been usty to. I remember all this from a child up, and now to lose it, 'tis losing an old friend. There's nothing left as 'twas. I go abroad and only meet with men whose fathers I remember, boys, the brook that used to run before my door that's gone to the great pond, the trees I learnt to climb are down, and I see nothing now that tells me of old times, except the stones in the churchyard. You are young, sir, and I hope have many years in store, but pray to God you mayn't be left the last of all your friends. Stranger, well, you've one friend more than you're aware of. If the squire's taste don't suit with yours, I warrant that's all you'll quarrel with. Walk in and taste his beer, old friend, and see if your old lady e'er broached a better cask. You did not know me, but we're acquainted now. 'Twould not be easy to make you like the outside, but within that is not changed, my friend. You'll always find the same old bounty and old welcome there.